Have you ever felt trapped in loneliness, wondering why connections seem so hard? What if I told you that the very habits you've developed are pushing people away without you even knowing it? Right now, loneliness isn't something that happens to you. It's something you're accidentally creating. And the most shocking part? You've got the power to change it with just a few simple shifts. Today, I'm going to reveal 6 mistakes that are keeping you isolated and show you exactly how to break free. We're not just talking about theory. We're diving into real actionable strategies that can transform how you connect with others and yourself. I am David Harrison, and welcome to this channel. I've dedicated myself to sharing wisdom about living well in our golden years. From practical tips to heartwarming conversations, we'll discover together how to make these golden years truly shine. Subscribe to stay connected and inspired. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference for me. This isn't just another advice video. This is your guide to breaking free from loneliness. Number 1. Believing that loneliness is a permanent state. Here's the truth that'll change everything. Loneliness isn't a life sentence. It's a temporary signal, a whisper from your heart saying, "Hey, it's time to reconnect." Think about it. Feelings come and go. They shift. They change. And loneliness? It's just another feeling, not an unbreakable fact about your life. You're not condemned to isolation. You're simply in a moment that can be transformed. Most people wrestle with loneliness by fighting against it. They push, they resist, they feel frustrated. But what if, and this might sound crazy, you just accepted it? Not as a verdict, but as an invitation. An invitation to what? To rediscover yourself, to rebuild connections, to take small, brave steps back into the world of human interaction. Those steps don't need to be giant leaps. They can be microscopic. A smile to a stranger, a quick chat with your barista, sending a text to an old friend you've been meaning to reach out to. Each tiny action is like turning a key in the lock of the connection. Your mindset is the real game changer. When you stop seeing loneliness as a permanent state and start viewing it as a temporary experience, something magical happens. You reclaim your power. You become the author of your social story. Want to know the secret sauce? Start small, ridiculously small. Wave to your neighbor. Ask the grocery store clerk how their day is going. Make eye contact and smile. These aren't just actions, they're declarations. Declarations that you're ready to step back into connection. Loneliness doesn't define you. It's just a moment. And moments, they're meant to be moved through, not lived in permanently. Number 2. Confusing being alone with being lonely. Have you ever confused solitude with suffering? Here's a truth that might shock you. Being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. Being alone can be your secret weapon of personal transformation. Picture this: a crowded room full of people, and someone feels completely isolated. Meanwhile, someone sitting alone can be radiantly connected to themselves, their dreams, and their inner world. Loneliness isn't about physical space. It's about emotional connection. And that connection? It starts with you, right inside your own heart. Most people run from solitude like it's a punishment. But what if I told you it's a gift? It is a precious opportunity to hear your thoughts, explore your creativity, and understand yourself deeper than ever before. When you learn to enjoy your own company, something remarkable happens. You become magnetic, confident, self-assured. And ironically, that's when genuine connections start flowing into your life. Alone time isn't about isolation. It's about restoration, about filling your cup, about discovering the incredible person you are when nobody's watching. So grab a book, pick up a paintbrush, take a walk in nature. Do something that lights you up, just for you. These moments aren't lonely. They're magical. Your relationship with yourself sets the foundation for every other relationship in your life. And that starts by embracing those moments of beautiful, intentional solitude. Number 3. Relying too heavily on digital connections over in-person interactions. Scrolling, liking, commenting. We've mistaken digital interactions for genuine human connection. But here's the harsh truth. Your smartphone can't give you a real hug. Social media creates an illusion of closeness. You see hundreds of faces and thousands of posts. And yet, you might feel more disconnected than ever. Those digital interactions, they're like fast food for your social soul. Temporary, unsatisfying. Real connection happens face to face. It's in the warmth of a smile, the spontaneity of a conversation, the unexpected laugh was shared over coffee. These moments can't be replicated through a screen. Want to deepen your relationships? Step away from your devices. Schedule real-world interactions. Join a community group. Take a class. Attend a local event. These aren't just activities. They're connection opportunities. Every text message is a pale substitute for a real conversation. Every emoji can't replace the nuance of human expression. Your digital world is keeping you isolated even when you think you're connecting. Break the cycle. Make a coffee date. Call a friend. Show up in person. Watch how your world transforms when you prioritize real, breathable, touchable human connection. Digital connections are convenient, but they'll never replace the magic of being truly, vulnerably present with another human being. Are you ready to reconnect? For real? Number 4. Waiting for others to initiate contact. Here's a hard truth that might sting. Nobody's going to rescue you from loneliness. That friend you've been waiting to call, they're probably waiting for you too. Most people are terrified of being the first to reach out. They're paralyzed by fear, worried about looking desperate or being rejected. But here's the secret. Taking the first step isn't a weakness. It's pure courage. Think about it. How many connections have died because both people were too afraid to make the first move? How many potential friendships have withered in the soil of hesitation? Reaching out isn't about being needy. It's about being brave. It's about understanding that connection requires action. Waiting for guarantees nothing except continued isolation. Your first text might feel awkward. Your invitation might seem random. But here's what most people don't realize. Most humans are secretly hoping someone will break the ice. Your message could be the lifeline someone else has been silently praying for. Call an old friend. Send a genuine message. Invite someone for a walk. These aren't just actions. They're bridges. Bridges that transform loneliness into connection. The more you reach out, the easier it becomes. And something magical happens. Your courage starts inspiring others. One small gesture can create a ripple effect of human connection. Stop waiting. Start connecting. Number 5. Setting unrealistic expectations for social interactions. We've all been there. Walking into a social situation with a script in our head, expecting every conversation to be deep, profound, life-changing. But here's the truth. Not every interaction needs to be a TED Talk. Small talk isn't a waste of time. It's the foundation of human connection. Perfection is the enemy of connection. When you put massive pressure on every social moment, you create stress, anxiety, the exact opposite of what you're seeking. Conversations don't need to be earth-shattering. They can be simple, casual, light, a quick chat about the weather, a shared laugh. These moments matter. Flip the script. Instead of wondering what you'll get from an interaction, Ask what you can give. Curiosity, genuine interest, a moment of your undivided attention. Gratitude transforms interactions. When you approach people with an open heart and zero expectations, something incredible happens. Connections flow naturally. Your social world isn't a performance. It's a playground of human experience. Relax. Be present. Enjoy the moment. Connection isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. Number 6. Neglecting existing relationships. Remember that friend who once knew everything about you? The one you've slowly drifted away from. Not because of any fight or falling out, but simply because life got busy. Relationships aren't plants that thrive on autopilot. They're living, breathing connections that need constant nurturing. And here's the brutal truth. Neglect is the silent killer of even the strongest bonds. We get caught up, work happens, life happens. Suddenly, years pass. Those deep connections start to fade like an old photograph, growing more distant with each passing moment. But here's something most people don't realize. Rekindling an old friendship can be easier than starting from scratch. Those roots are already there. That history, it's your secret weapon. Reconnecting isn't some grand gesture. It doesn't require an elaborate plan or a perfectly crafted message. Sometimes, it's as simple as sending a text that says, "Hey, I was thinking about you." Those 6 words, they're magical. They're a bridge across time and distance. They tell someone you matter. Our connection matters. Old friendships aren't relics. They're treasures waiting to be rediscovered. That college buddy, the neighbor you used to chat with, the cousin you've lost touch with. They're just a message away. Your existing relationships are gold, and right now, they're collecting dust. Time won't wait. The connection won't pause. But you can take action right now. Pick up the phone. Send that message. Reconnect. Who are you going to reach out to today? We've walked through a roadmap of aging that's anything but ordinary. Breaking free isn't about fighting time. It's about dancing with it. Your life isn't a series of limitations. It's an ongoing adventure with you as the lead character. From protecting your identity to nurturing connections, from keeping your mind sharp to staying physically alive, you've got the tools. Loneliness doesn't stand a chance. Stagnation is no longer an option. These aren't just strategies. They're your lifeline. Which of these mistakes do you see in your own journey? Where are you holding yourself back? Drop a comment below, share your story. This isn't just a video, it's a movement. Like, subscribe, and most importantly, keep living.